I know I've been quiet for a minute, I've been grinding, still in it, I've been counting these digits, excuse me. I know I've been quiet for a minute, but I'm back on my business. If you see me, don't trip, just excuse me. Wrong if I do, wrong if I don't. That's why I do me no matter what, so excuse me. Lie if I do, lie if I don't. The proof is in the story, take a seat and excuse me. The crash came when the cash came, spend it.
Good evening, guys. This is Big Al, Alan Feaster with KO Boxing. Breaking news, the greatest news channel for your boxing news. Still one of the newest news channels as well. Still small, guys. Everybody who has recently subscribed, I want to thank everybody for your support. Everybody that's supported the channel, watched all our videos, and even watched some of our live show. Appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, guys. But guys, don't forget to hit the bell notification button.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
To be notified when we do go live with any stories, or when we go news stories come out as well. I'm a little tired tonight, guys. We're going to come out. We won't keep you waiting. This is the news story. We'll get into it. All right, guys, this is one of the big news stories for today. Canelo Alvarez versus Jake Paul. They're saying 1,000% is going to happen, end quote. Now, guys, Jake Paul's manager, Nakisa Bidarian, says a fight between him and Canelo Alvarez is going to happen either this year or in 2025. Now, guys, Bidarian is confident that one of the U.S. state commissions will sanction the Canelo versus Paul fight as a professional match. You serious?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Okay. But guys, pointing out that the Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Conor McGregor match was sanctioned when they fought in 2017. Now, everybody out there is thinking just another big money grab, or and trying to rob money out of people's pockets for this, they call freak show or circus. But according to Bidarian, the Canelo versus Jake Paul fight will have 3-minute rounds. It will be a lucrative fight. What's important is the fight happens soon before the 34-year-old Canelo, who is now 62 big wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 KOs, guys, loses some of his popularity before that diminishes. Now, it would be a disruptive type of match if it happened, because boxing fans would be angry due to Jake Paul's lack of credentials at the pro level. That's right. They'd be upset. Now, losing to Tommy Fury, a domestic-level British fighter, and beating a retired 58-year-old Mike Tyson isn't enough for Jake to rate as a fight against Canelo. What do you guys think about that? Come on. A fight between them would have a far-gone conclusion and be viewed as a money grab, a circus fight, freak show. Is one thing for the 27-year-old Jake to be fighting an older guy like Mike Tyson, but fans would see it as a ripoff if he fought Canelo Alvarez. Now, guys, no one would want to take the fight seriously without Jake beating a top-level fighter at cruiserweight or someone dragged up in weight from the light heavyweight with a net worth estimated at $250 million, guys. Canelo isn't hurting for any money. Now, to be lured into a fight with Jake Paul, which won't do as well as some think, unless the YouTuber beats a high-level fighter first. Now, guys, Jake must prove himself, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion in the boxing world. But for Jake to be viewed as a credible opponent for Canelo, he needs to at least one win over an active world-class level fighter, in my opinion, top 10 fighters. But Tommy Fury was not a world-class, and Jake lost to him as well, guys. Now, options. There were options for Jake to gain credibility. There would be Gilberto Ramirez, Jai Opatia, Artur Beterbiev, also Dmitry Bivol, David Benavides, also Noel, I can't even pronounce this guy's name correctly, Mike Kylian. Also, Canelo's fame is already in a downward spiral because he hasn't been in a big 50-50 level fight since he fought against Dmitry Bivol, guys, back in 2022. Now, guys, Canelo has been taking sure thing opposition since winning his last 5 contests. Now, he's chosen not to fight David Benavides or David Morrell and is cherry picking his opponents this late in his stage in his career, guys. Now, his last opponent, Edgar Berlanga, was embarrassingly very bad, a fighter with no experience against quality opposition who sold the fight as a Puerto Rico versus Mexican matchup, even though he wasn't originally from Puerto Rico. Now, guys, it was a sad marketing gimmick, and the fight had no entertainment value with the 100 plus. Now, Berlanga was in survival mode for those 12 rounds, guys, one-sided rounds as is. But Canelo chose this guy and did nothing for his popularity. It showed that the Mexican star is picking from the bottom of the barrel for his opponents. Now, guys, again, this fight with Jake Paul, they're saying 1,000% happening, in quote. Also, in quote, in terms of Canelo Alvarez, the 1,000% that fight is going to happen, whether it happens this year or next year, that is undoubtedly in a roadmap for Jake Paul, end quote, said manager Nakisa Bidarian to Talk Sports Boxing YouTube channel. Now, guys, also about a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul destined to happen. Do you guys think that's possible? Also, end quote, absolutely not 2-minute rounds. Tell me what's the most important sanctioning body in America, he says. What would you say it is, end quote, said Bidarian when told none of the 4 sanctioning bodies in boxing would sanction a fight between Canelo and Jake Paul. Now, guys, Canelo hasn't said whether he'll take the fight with Jake, and it's unlikely that he will due to the backlash he would receive unless Jake is willing to take on and beat one of the notable fighters at cruiserweight or light heavyweight. Now, Canelo wouldn't dare fight him because of the criticism he would receive. Again, exactly. A lot of people wouldn't be happy about it. But Jake isn't about to fight a top guy at cruiserweight like Jai Opatia because he's not that type of fighter. He's still a novice, bringing in audiences due to his social media. It's a social media match, guys. Now, also, if they do a Mayweather versus McGregor, why wouldn't they do Canelo versus Jake Paul? He says, in quote, said Bidarian, pointing out that one of the state commissions in the U.S. would sanction a fight between Canelo and Jake Paul, given that the Nevada Commission sanctioned Floyd Mayweather versus McGregor. That was against the MMA fighter, Conor McGregor, as a professional match. Now, guys, counting in the record books for that particular clash back in August 26th, 2017. Now, guys, Bidarian is right, guys. One of the state commissions would sanction a fight between Canelo and Jake Paul, possibly Nevada or Texas, but that doesn't mean that the Mexican star will agree to the match. Now, guys, Canelo has some standards, and he would realize how the fans would react to the match if he agreed. However, Canelo is offered a guarantee of $100 million plus, guys. He might be willing to set his pride aside to agree to this circus after all, this particular match. Now, guys, the Mexican star would have to be offered a massive guarantee purse for him to even consider doing this dang thing, and it would invoke the risk for whatever organization to do so. But guys, McGregor had never fought a boxing match before entering the Mayweather fight with a 0-0 record and no experience. But the outcome was very predictable, with the Mayweather dominating the novice McGregor before knocking him out in the 10th round. Now, guys, this is a freak show, or is there a freak show going to be happening at heavyweight? We don't know. But also, unquote, he may at some point look at what someone called a freak show. He may look at doing exciting, disruptive things like fighting an Anthony Joshua or Daniel Dubois, but that is not in his current roadmap. Jake will be campaigning at cruiserweight, and Canelo, to make knowledge, walks around at 190, said Bidarian. Now, guys, if Jake were to move up to heavyweight and prove himself by beating someone like Filip Hrgovic, or Martin Bakole, a fight between him and Joshua or Dubois would be taken seriously, since Jake won't entertain that idea. It's going to make a joke of AJ or Dubois fighting him. Now, guys, Anthony Joshua and Dubois would almost surely agree to fight with Jake for the big money. Now, if Joshua were willing to fight a 0-1 Francis Ngannou, he'd gladly agree to a match against Jake. Now, guys, Dubois has already reached out to Jake for a fight. It's unclear whether IBF would sanction this particular match for his heavyweight title. Now, it doesn't matter what any state commission were to say. This would be about the IBF agreeing to a match involving the unranked Jake Paul challenging Dubois, guys, for their title. I don't see it happening, in my opinion, guys. The fight can happen, but probably not for Dubois' title. Guys, tell me what you guys think about this in the comments section. Man, another circus, another freak show. But guys, tell me what your thoughts are. Would this be a good idea, or should Canelo go after Terrence Crawford? Tell me what you guys think. Say goodnight to this pretty lady here. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to share, and also hit like and the bell notification. Guys, catch you next time. Have a good night.